All right, let's talk navigating socializing and friendships in your relationship. And why am I pointing this out and talking about this? Because I do a lot of content around, signs of your partner's cheating and ways to navigate rebuilding trust and all the like real heavy things. But some of the stuff that goes under the radar that doesn't get addressed and talked about that actually has a weighted effect on your relationship over time is how you and your partner function amongst the people around you in your lives that actually contribute to you being the person that you are and the environment that is best for you. Because how many of us have been in that situation where you were doing something or operating with your partner and something they were doing with their friends or not doing was off to you, was weird, or you were in this awkward situation or circumstance to where you didn't know how to navigate it because you didn't want to offend your partner, or some way that your partner and their friends or their social group or whoever was operating kind of was uneasy for you, or you felt like you were pressured into functioning in a way that didn't align with you, right? I know I've been there for sure, and I'd assume you guys probably been somewhere close. So here are some key areas you really want to take heed to and focus on with your partner ahead of time before you guys get into these social settings and situations to where it's too late and you're trying to navigate it on the fly and do improv. All right, so the first thing that you guys really want to make sure you're focusing on with your partner is getting clear ahead of time, not when you're in it in real time, but ahead of time, the expectations around social gatherings and events. And this will do you so much more justice if you focus on these things when you're still in the dating phase before you even get into a committed relationship. If you're already there, no problem. But when you're in the dating stages, it's a great foundational builder and gives you great insight as to other things depth-wise about the person that you're considering getting into a relationship with by how they operate in their social circles and their friends groups and maybe even family. This way, you're not blindsided by them having a very different value structure for how they operate with their friends in social settings, to where they're really engaged and really immersed, and maybe you're a little more laid back and you want to stay in the pocket, but they keep putting you in the forefront because they're very, very social in that kind of a way. Or vice versa, where you go expecting to connect and bond with everyone, but the way they operate means they have friends that are all kind of in their own space too, and you're doing too much by trying to be overly social, right, by their standards. And this helps you so much land the plane with a more harmonized way to be in sync when you go out in social settings, to where it's not a weird experience. But the small hack in this also is that you'll get to now learn, hey, how's this person's value set up? Maybe you have a partner that you're dating or about to be in a committed relationship with that actually has their friends too heavily invested into their relationships. Like they have too much say so in the things that go on in their lives. Big flags for you, right? But this is why you want to have these conversations around those values and expectations before you get into these circumstances. The second thing you want to do, which is huge, is find balance between you guys socializing as a couple with friends and still being an individual with your own friends. You have to have separation of things in your relationship. You have to have things that are for you and things that are for you guys as a unit, right? It helps to keep the freshness and the newness in your relationship so you don't burn things out, and gives you a reprieve sometimes. Because look, no matter how much you love your partner, we need a break sometimes, right? We need to go ahead and reboot our batteries. You need an opportunity to miss your partner. So that also applies into your social groups, right? To your friends groups. If you never have an escape to where you can just be in your own space and get some opportunities to miss your partner, it starts to become this whole like crowded and cluttered, and you feel like you don't have space to breathe. But on the flip side, another thing you guys really want to do is build the muscle of planning joint activities with friends and friends groups so you can create shared experiences. See, sometimes the trap we fall into is, as men and women, we get used to hanging out with the guys and, hanging out with the girls, to where you forget to start to merge those kind of experiences on some level, not all the time, but on some level, to where you start having shared moments and experiences with all of your friends collectively that have a lot more of a deeper value and weight that serves you guys as memory log, if you will, as you go on through your relationship and builds a thicker bond. And here's another key one, where yes, you guys might talk about the expectations around, how you operate in social events and gatherings and so forth. There's probably going to come a time where there's an event that your partner really wants to go to or is into that maybe you're not. It's so important that you show support and go anyways. So much of our relationships are about coming to serve, not coming to get, but coming to give. So it's very important to really dial into, understand, and get familiar with your partner's interest on certain areas that maybe you don't, and show support by going to go show up. Take that L if you feel it's an L for your partner's sake, to go there and be supportive of them, and then it'll serve you so much more from them to you in return. And last but not least, and a nice little sneaky hack, whenever you're in these collective social gatherings with you and your partner and your friends and so forth, really exercise active listening to retain stories and so forth from those experiences. Because the last thing you want to do is be in a experience with your partner to where you guys are amongst friends and family and whomever that they really value and you value as well, and when you guys leave those moments, you don't remember anything that happened, or you can't recall certain things, to where now you're literally dampening the connecting experiences and the shared memories you were creating together by not showing that it was significant enough for you to retain information from it. If you found this video valuable, you know what to do. Hit that like button for me. It helps me out in the algorithm. And subscribe to your boy's channel so I can keep giving you great relationship advice. Let's get it.